What's going on, everybody? Very happy to be back today. Happy to have another coffee video for all my coffee people out there. I'm so happy that the original video that I made showing you how to set up the DeLonghi Dinamica Plus espresso machine was as successful as it was. I'm so glad you guys had fun with that video and found it valuable. Today I'm going to be discussing a few questions, comments, and concerns that I've had by some of the subscribers on the channel. So we're going to be using the machine in front of your face right now. I've been asked to talk a little bit about the milk process, talk about some of the problems I've had with the machine, talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Let's get into it. The only thing that stays consistent is the grind. Keep on grinding. Guys, if you just stumbled upon this video and you haven't seen the original video that I was referencing earlier, I recommend you check it out. Very, very valuable video according to a lot of different people. Like and subscribe to see my entire experience with this machine. The reason why I bought this machine, one of the reasons, and one of the reasons I'm doing this, recording it, is to show you guys how this machine performs in the long run. It's because there's so many mixed reviews. And it made it scary to buy this machine. It really did. It made it scary, and I'm still scared. This is a 2-month update, a little more than 2 months. A lot of people said that the milk frother, the milk frothing mechanism ends up failing them. Some people said the coffee mechanism fails them. And when you factor in the price of this machine, man, you don't want this thing failing you. So that's why I'm showing you my updates. Now, what are we going to get into today? First of all, I've been asked what cups I use. These are the cups I use. They're like double thermal insulated. I don't know. They're fantastic, amazing. I will leave the link in the description for the Amazon link. But I am warning you guys, if you haven't seen my Amazon video that I created, I recommend, it might be a little long, I recommend you watch it. It's very important for you guys if you buy on Amazon. I recommend you watch it. It could save you a lot of money. Okay, recommend it. Check it out. But these are the cups. They're excellent. Now, why are they excellent? First of all, you can have boiling liquid in this and you will not feel a thing. They're a little dirty because I have hard water, but these are actually clean. But if you have soft water, they'll come out very, very beautiful. These things, man, they are fantastic. They will keep your drink hot, and you'll never know it's hot. Never know. You can touch it, hold it all day, it doesn't matter. That's number one. I'll leave the link in the description. The next thing is show you guys how to make a drink on this. What's my favorite drink? I'm actually going to make a drink right now in front of you to show you how the machine works and to demonstrate the noise level. Now remember, my camera, my microphone, it's going to affect everything, but let me tell you, it's noisy. The machine is noisy. It's not a quiet machine. We're going to be using the milk, the oat milk that I use. That's what we're going to be using today. I'll just let you know it's this one, okay? Extra creamy oat milk. That's what I use. I will talk to you about one of the big problems that I found with this machine. Now, it only happened for 2 days. The problem only happened for 2 days, where the milk actually wasn't coming out. It was one of the feared things about this machine that I was worried about. If you check the reviews on this machine, you will hear people say, milk doesn't come out of my machine, only steam. It's not steaming the milk, it's only shooting the milk out in steam. And that's one of the major problems with this machine. So much so where people have made videos on YouTube talking about it. Now, I'm going to show you what I believe fixed it for me. If it was a coincidence, which I don't think it was, then I'll let you know in the future. But I've solved this problem, and how did I solve it? You see this straw? I don't even think they tell you this in the instruction manual. But you see this straw here? You see the hole? It needs to line up. The hole needs to line up with this notch. The milk needs to freely go through this hole and go through the machine to come out this end. You're going to line the hole up with the notch. You see the notch? Here's the hole. Line it up like that. If you put it in sideways, you see how the hole is now sideways and then you put it in, the milk is going to be hitting the straw because it can't go through. So you must put the straw in like this, facing the notch, understand? Now another thing is if you use something like oat milk, you use something like, I don't know, soy milk, even maybe regular milk, there might be impurities in there, there might be sediments, there might be like hardened milk, there might be something that will clog that straw. If that straw gets clogged, or if you only have, if you have the straw not in correctly, you will only get steam, okay? Letting you know. Another thing is after you use this milk carafe, you should clean it. You absolutely should. Many people will not. Many people will, I'll demonstrate it to you. First, let's make my drink, okay? Because I need a coffee. So we'll throw this here. Usually I will warm up this cup before I put it under here, but I'm not going to do that for this video just to get this over with. I'm going to be doing a doppio today, which is my favorite drink on this machine. It's my go-to everyday drink. It's a doppio, pre-infusion, extra coffee powder, really, really nice. I hope you guys can see that well. All right, so let's get into this. Now I've already added my Splenda in there. I have a splash of Splenda. Look at that. Does that not look great? That looks fantastic. Excellent. Wait for the noise. You hear that? Certainly not a quiet machine. Now we're also going to add some hot milk, which I don't normally do, but I'm going to add some hot milk on level 3 just to add a little bit of variety and to show you guys the machine working. You can move this up and down, by the way, if you need to. I usually just keep it in the short position. Add as much as you want, then you can go ahead and stop it. So I'll stop it after a little bit. Perfect for me. Now this is what I was talking about. I want to show you. The machine here tells you to clean this. I recommend, even if you've got a party of people, it may be annoying, but I recommend for you to listen to it. You don't have to listen to it. You could literally just press the escape button. You could, and then later on you can clean it. But I recommend cleaning it when it tells you. So I'm just going to shorten this straw up, go like this. Now it's going to shoot hot water into this can. Okay, and now it's telling me to fill the tank with hot water. All right, so I have my drink here. I'm going to swish it around a little bit. That is fantastic. That is really good. It's hot enough to burn my mouth, and the reason I mention that is because many people will tell you that this machine is not hot enough. Why are they telling you it's not hot enough? The reason why is for a few reasons. One, it depends on the ratio of coffee to milk. If you add more milk because it's a certain type of drink, the coffee may not be hot enough. Now with a cappuccino on this machine, it will burn my mouth. But with a flat white, it won't burn my mouth. It also depends on not just the coffee to milk ratio, but it will also depend on whether the milk or the coffee goes in first. It will also depend on whether you're mixing it or not. Now, personally, I don't necessarily like when coffee burns my mouth. I feel like I have to wait 5 minutes to drink it. So I like that on a variety of drinks on this machine, you don't actually need to wait because many of them will come out hot enough. But there's also a variety of drinks on this machine that will burn my mouth. So when people tell me, oh, they're complaining in the comments on YouTube, I own this machine, the coffee's not hot enough. Personally, for me, oh, it's certainly hot enough, and it makes an excellent cup of coffee. So if you're afraid, like I was initially, about buying this machine because you thought, oh, it's not going to be hot enough, for me, from my machine, from my experience, in my opinion, this is certainly hot enough. I don't know what's going on with other people's machines. It's been nothing but perfect temperature for me. I keep it on the hottest setting. Do you see that? That's not me joking. That's after I added milk to this. That's after I mixed the milk. It just burned my mouth and my throat. This is not a joke. This is real life. And you saw how long ago I poured this. This was minutes ago. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe it's been 4 minutes since I poured this. It burned my mouth. It may also have to do with the cups that you're using, right? If it's not double insulated, maybe it's not holding that heat in. So there's a variety of reasons, but it burned my mouth. So the machine itself, for me, is way hot. Hot enough. Very, very hot. You know, let me fill this thing up because this screen is annoying me. Another thing I might as well mention while we're here, while I'm filling this up, this machine wastes water like crazy. Now, maybe it's not a waste. Maybe it's necessary. I don't think it is. This thing is it's cleaning itself all the time. So because it's cleaning itself all the time, you are constantly filling this up. If you're anybody like me, your individual circumstance will, vary. If you have a party, you have like maybe 6, 7 people, you're filling this thing up, I don't know, 3 times in one night. It also depends on the types of drinks. So milk drinks will obviously be using steam, which causes you to have to use more water. It's going to be cleaning itself more often. And the water tank itself is quite small. So for me, I'm typically the only person who uses this. I'm filling this up very, very often. If I have maybe 3 or 4 drinks a day out of this machine, I'm filling this thing up twice, minimum. If you guys notice your coffee coming out very, very slowly, it's probably a grind setting thing. It's probably not an issue with your machine. The grind setting is located in the bean hopper. Check out my first video to show you guys how to fine tune your coffee. Depending on the bean, your grind setting will or may have to be changed. Very, very important. If you guys want to see a cleaning video on how to maintain this machine, and also if you want to see a descaling video, let me know. I will make one for you to show you the steps of descaling and cleaning the intimate parts of this machine, including on the inside of this machine where you have all the intricate pieces. I've also been told that many people have trouble connecting the app. Guys, I can't tell you whether or not that's a problem with your software. There's so many reasons why you might be having trouble connecting the app. I can tell you, however, you're not missing much. Now, when I want to connect it, all I do is turn my Bluetooth on my phone, and then I just open up that coffee app. Coffee Link app, open it up on the phone, and it connects. It's supposed to just work like this. It's supposed to be this easy. It's probably a software thing. Another thing you have to remember is, in order for this to work, this app, you need your location enabled. If your location is not enabled, you'll either get a warning telling you that you can't use the app because the location needs to be disabled, or it won't tell you that it needs to be enabled, but you need to enable it in order for it to work. So turn your location on. I know it sounds ridiculous, but turn your location on in order to get this app to work, okay? That's another thing that it might be. Now, something cool about the app, I'm going to show you guys, something cool is, if you click on, depending on your software version, of course, if you click on the little menu up here, this is the drink. If you click that, it's going to go ahead and brew this. If you go to the settings, it's going to show you, it's going to give you some options. You want to brew 1, do you want to brew 2? And you can brew it from across the room. You can brew it from a different room as long as the Bluetooth is connected. It also gives you some tips. Preheat your cup for the perfect temperature. It gives you an idea of what the drink is. What is an espresso? Well, it's an authentic Italian recipe, a full-flavored concentrated style of coffee served in shots. Great. It also gives you the option of changing the quantity of coffee, changing the intensity, and all that stuff. And you can do this, you can fine-tune your drink for every single drink. You can even create your own drinks. This stuff is really, really interesting. Why, though, do I not really use the app? 2 reasons. Number 1, if I want to turn my machine on and just brew a coffee from another room, well, when this machine turns on initially, it cleans itself. So if I have a drink under here, if I have my cup under here getting ready to shoot me another coffee, well, it might be a cool trick, but it's cleaning itself initially. So I'm going to have dirty water go into my cup. So it's pointless. It just seems like a bunch of fluff. The best thing about this app is that you can tell it how you want your drinks to be made. You can fine-tune your cappuccino. Add more this, add more that, take away this, take away that. You can fine-tune it, which is cool. But once you add your preferences to this, and it's in your profile, there's no need, in my opinion, to ever use the app again. There's no need. You can do everything else from this main screen. You can run through this machine from the main screen, and it's very, very easy. It's perfect. It does what it needs to do. You can even change the intensity, like I showed you in the first video, from this main screen. You choose whether you want to add your decaf pre-ground coffee from this main screen. You never need this app again. So if you're missing the app, trust me when I tell you, there isn't much in there that you're missing. It's kind of just fluff. It's kind of probably in there just to like keep track of your location or something. App experience has been very, very good, but again, I don't use it. It's snappy. It does what it needs to do. If you can't connect the app, guys, honestly, I feel like it's fine to just buy this machine without the app being involved. I think this machine is worth getting so far, even if you cannot use the app for any reason. I've been asked, where's this thing made? It's supposed to be made in Italy. Someone else, a commenter on the channel, said, my box said Romania on the first box. Then when I took it out of that box, it said made in Italy. When I opened this box, it didn't tell me where it was made, and it had Chinese packaging on it. I don't know what to say at this point. Maybe just the packaging was made in China. I don't even know. This thing's supposed to be, from what I understand, made in Italy. I can't give you a definitive answer on that, unfortunately. I can finally drink my coffee at a normal temperature. My experience so far is this machine makes every single day a happy one when I wake up. This thing is what gets me out of bed. I am so happy. One touch of a button, grinding your drink, doing what it needs to do. You just press a button, guys. That's it. It'll start the milk for you. It'll do practically everything. It's like having a little coffee butler. When I have people over, this is like the star of the party. When they get a cappuccino, when they get a latte, when they get a flat white, they're blown away. Blown away. This thing is just phenomenal. Now, there's such a high emphasis on using fresh beans. Well, of course, using fresh beans will be better. This machine is not going to make you a cup of coffee that is as great as a manual machine or a semi-manual machine where you're doing some of the work, you're pulling those shots the way you want it. No, this thing is pretty much just doing what it does. You don't really have a handle on how it comes out. So using a fresher bean is going to, of course, make the drink better. No doubt about it. But I don't use like the freshest of all beans. I don't. And it comes out fantastic. I buy regular beans from the coffee store. I make sure that they're not too oily, because if you use a bean that's too oily, if it's not a medium roast, it can clog up the interior of the machine because of the oils. Very, very important not to use a too oily of a blend. But the machine itself, it's just great. For something, I mean, it's, when people get their coffee from my hand, their minds are blown. And they can't believe it. So another thing that prevented me from buying this machine sooner than I did, besides the reviews that were a little bit sketchy, and the problem, the known problem with the milk thing, was the fact that, well, I'm coming from a semi-automatic where I had control over that espresso shot. I could steam the milk if I so chose. And I was thinking, this machine may not be good enough. It's good enough. I don't want to hear it. It's good enough. Don't tell me it's not worth getting because of the drink it pulls. So many people will try to get you to think, oh, it's not good enough. It saves me a ton of time, a ton of energy, and every person that I've given a cup of coffee to, their brains are on the floor because their head exploded. They can't believe I had a machine do that for me. So that's my experience so far. Everybody's got their own opinion. Leave your opinion in the comments, and I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the box, and follow for future updates about this machine. Hopefully they'll all be good ones. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you all at the next video.